AI has made it so easy for people to create. But what clients and businesses are really struggling with is to stand out. So there seems to be more content than ever. There definitely is more content than there ever has been. Videos, podcasts, logos, graphics, websites, blogs, all of it. But most businesses are confusing content creation with connection. So you're able to do the stuff, but you're failing to connect. Most of the content out there just isn't resonating. So I think a lot of businesses think it's a tick box exercise. I need my channels filled with short content. I need my website filled with blogs. I need my podcast to release every week. And AI can help them do that. But what it can't help them with is to strategize what that content means, why they're doing it, and why it's going to resonate with their target audience. So I think this is where you have to flip your service and let it evolve to be less of a technical offering and more of a strategic partnership. So if I take my space, which is podcast production, a few years ago, the demand for people to edit audio, improve the quality of sound, remove ums and ahs, and create video clips was huge. Everybody wanted it, and there was a ton of freelancers out there who were able to offer it. I think those types of services where you just take the file, clean it up, make it look nice, make it sound nice, and hand it back, I think they're going to go. I think they're going to die in, the foreseeable future, because AI can do that for you. AI can take something technical and give polish back. What it can't do is figure out who the audience is, what the connection is, and what the tone is, and what the why is. And I think that's what freelancers need to start offering. So I've helped a couple of freelancers even start speaking about this with clients when they talk to them on calls. And number one, it helps them stand out, and it shows them as somebody who's a little bit different. But then what the client is giving them, the work they're giving them, is expanding because they're showing themselves to be a true partner. So if we take another example of a popular freelance service, would have been copywriting. And what would copywriters have done, or where they would have got a lot of work previously, was taking a very rough idea and making it sound polished. So what clients struggled with previously was using word economy, getting the message clear in as few words as possible, and having good execution in their grammar and the way they delivered words. ChatGPT can kind of do that for them now, but the problem is that the polish has become the norm. So a polished caption is now the norm, and that means that it's all blending in. So there's an opportunity there for copywriters to go in and go, let's just not have well-written word economy polished captions, and let's think about how we can really stand out and be different. And that comes down to understanding your audience, understanding the tone, and what way they want to connect with that audience. Human connection. And it's all about creating smarter now. So they can do that thing, that technical thing of writing a nice piece of copy. They can do that now. But what they can't do is figure out how to make it well-written and human, and have that human touch. And that comes down to, strategy and a deeper level of thinking. And I think that's where freelancers have to go now. They have to create a deeper level of thinking service, and not just be the person who takes the project with an outline and kind of creates some level of polish and hands it back. Like I said, I think the demand for that I see has reduced massively. It's similar with a designer. Can you design a nice logo for me? Again, ChatGPT can actually do that now. I had ChatGPT mock up a logo for me recently. It looked technically really good, but what I'm going to do is hire a designer to, not have it so clean, not have it so tidy and add some personality into it. What can we do that to help this stand out and be something that is clearly human and clearly aimed at a very specific audience? And why are they going to connect with this? And why are they going to, enjoy this logo or think this logo is good? That's what I'm going to hire a designer for. And that's what I'm willing to pay for. Somebody to come in and think for me, because I can get ChatGPT to do a fancy logo. What I can't get is for it to create something that is uniquely different and uniquely human to the business that I'm creating. And that is where you need to go with your freelance service. Like I said, even speaking about these things and framing yourself as a strategic thinker will help you land more clients. It's what I've had to do. I've gone from being a podcast editor, somebody who just, was very good at audio engineering, and I could make any audio sound good. But now there's tools for people to be able to just do that themselves. There's tools for people to be able to create video clips themselves. So what I've had to do is to reframe what I offer as a strategic partner. So there's a ton of podcasts now. How do we actually create something that is genuine and stands out? And that comes down to being a little bit more creative. Let's not do the norm. Let's do something slightly different. Let's make it more raw and authentic. The polish has become the norm. So actually what I'm suggesting to some people is to start recording intros on their phone when they're out and about in a location that, resonates with their target audience. There's two things I think that you really need to keep an eye on as well as a freelancer that will help you kind of stay ahead of the game. And the first is really listening to what clients are looking for. What's their biggest challenge, more so than what they're looking for, because often they don't know. But what are their biggest challenges and how that relates to being a strategic thinker. So when I think of my clients, the biggest challenge, without doubt, for podcasts is discoverability. Everybody can create the podcast with the clips, with the nice sound. They don't know how to grow it. So clearly there's a gap in the market there for somebody to come in and help actually create results. And where does that come from? Defining your audience, defining your tone, doing things slightly different to what everybody else is doing. And I offer that now as a service, and actually people are willing to pay a lot more for it because there's more thinking and more developing involved. I think that's a big one. You need to listen. You need to really listen to what challenges clients are bringing up. And number two is you've got to keep learning. You've got to learn new stuff all the time. And often that relates to what clients are asking for as well. I've used this example before, but I kept hearing clients asking me if I edit video. I was just an audio guy at the start, and people kept asking me, can you edit video as well? Can you edit video? And I had to go and learn how to edit video better. I could do it. I'd done it years ago as a job, but I never considered myself particularly good at it. So I had to go and learn how to do that. I've had to go and learn how to do some basic graphics. I've had to go on a deep learning curve for YouTube. Part of the reason why I'm doing this channel is to learn for myself so I can be better at helping clients grow on YouTube. And I've paid for courses. I've paid for consultations. I've worked with people closely to try and get better at all this. And I think that is what you've got to be doing as well. Don't stick to one thing. I think you're better served having a little bit of knowledge on a range of different things than a deep knowledge on one thing. I see a lot of freelancers struggling because they want to stick to their zone of genius. And maybe there's something to be said for that, but not from what I see. I think you need to be able to expand what you do into different things. Because from what I see, and again, comes back to listening, businesses and clients want a range of things now. They don't just want one thing. In a nutshell, I think this has been a bit of a rambly, scattered video, maybe, but again, all part of the learning. But in a nutshell, I think AI hasn't killed opportunity for freelancers, but what it has killed is autopilot. And the ones who are going to win in freelancing are the ones who are able to contribute creatively and with critical thinking. Be someone who brings ideas to the table, not just deliverables. Deliverables, I'm effectively saying the same thing multiple times here, but deliverables, that is dying. Being the freelancer who just ticks the box, does the work, makes something sound and look quote unquote professional, that's gone. And you need to be more of a strategic thinker. That's going to keep you ahead of AI.